the Broncos. The Seahawks and the Rams were still, putting on a little garnish. But why don't we start with the most fun game of the day, right?
Let's do it.
And we have the Bucs, first place, at the Buffalo Bills off of passing. In a game with 9 lead changes, 9, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills win it 44-32.
We just got to do a good job of, again, not riding the wave. Trying to stay as level as possible, not getting too high, not getting low, starting off 4-0 and we're the best team in the world. We lose 2 in a row when we're the worst team in the world, and it's like we don't want to ride that. We just want to stay here, stay consistent, continue to work hard, put together game plans to go out there and execute on game days.
I thought we moved the ball well. We had a gritty game. We had a good game plan. When you score 32 points, you're supposed to win.
But it's funny, you and I commented when the two coaches, Sean McDermott and Todd Bowles, two very good coaches, obviously shook hands. They were going, we gave up 70-something points with 9 lead changes in this game. I mean, it was a fun game to watch, except if your defensive look. Buffalo, they had problem running the ball, right, with Vita Vea and those guys in there. But this was the classic, we're okay. Everybody eats, and there were names. Gabe Davis came back. I mean, as long as Josh Allen is the one cooking the meal so that everyone eats.
Without a doubt, Boom. I think you saw the best and the worst of the Bills. The best of the Bills is Josh Allen. 3 touchdowns, throwing, 3 running, him being the MVP of the league, moving around. And they realize as long as he's on the field, they can win these football games. It was an outstanding virtuoso performance from the reigning MVP.
Look, the Bucs is kind of a microcosm of their season, although they won a lot of these games when they're coming from behind late and getting the lead again. So you heard Todd Bowles say it, 32 points. We saw them recover the 1 fumble punt by Mecole Hardman. But, again, I hate to go first to that because they ran for 200 yards. Tucker was great, Wirfs, etc. But they gave up so many yards on special teams. That's been a problem all year. And against a team like Buffalo, you can't give them freebies.
Boom, think about this. Today they gave up 240 yards in the return to Buffalo. In the last 2 weeks, 72 points, almost 900 yards of offense the defense has given up. You can't win many football games in this league like that. When you score 32 in this league, you're supposed to win.
Yep.
And Todd Bowles said it. We scored enough. Defensively, he's got to get his defense, and he calls the defense, he's got to get his defense to play better.
Got to get this out there before we go to the next game. Only Otto Graham. Josh has now passed for 3 and run for 3 twice in his career. The only other person ever to do it was Otto Graham. I wasn't even born yet. 1954 NFL championship game, Cleveland Browns. That's it. That's a short list.
That's a pretty good list to be on.
That's an unbelievable list. All right, the Packers off a tough loss at home to the Philadelphia Eagles at Lambeau, 20, so they get the road win. Green Bay up to 6-3-1, and the Giants are now 2-9 despite the good effort. Matt LaFleur happy to be back in the W column.
Extremely happy with the win. We definitely didn't make it easy on ourselves, but bottom line is we overcame a lot of adversity and found a way, and that's sometimes what it takes in this league.
All of us collectively can do one small thing to continue to get better, to finish this game, and I think that's the important thing. We're right there at the end of it. We just have to finish the game, and we'll find a way to finish because it's required to finish in this league.
He's candid. He's got an arm. They get turnovers and they win games late. Chicago 19, Minnesota 17. Yet once again, the 5th time down in the last 2 minutes that they've come back to win. Caleb Williams engineering another one.
We have so much talent. We have so much belief. We have so much of a great coaching staff and, all these different things. And there's not a time for me that I want to maximize the most than when I'm out here with these guys. And so having the killer instinct in those moments is really important to me and for us as a team because we, like I said, we got the coaching staff, we got the players, we got the talent. We just have to go out there and do it.
Definitely frustration, we only scored 1 touchdown the whole entire game. Really only got there down there one time. And that was off of a special teams play. So, the frustrations are there. It happens. It's part of football, a part of growing and a part of figuring things out. We just got to do better all around.
So the Bears were 0-2, new coach Ben Johnson, and they're now 7-1 since. Yeah, they win all these close games. Sooner or later, it's going to run out. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean,
when you do things like that, everybody, including special teams return men, number 40 on the roster, or number 41, we can win this. Why don't I contribute? It's contagious. You know it better than me.
Boom, there's something to be said for being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And they are. Their entire team is. Special teams make a play. Defense was outstanding. They ran the football over 100 yards today between Swift and Monangai. And the quarterback, although he was not perfect, he can make big plays when he needs to. And then it's out, like the defense has been outstanding for Chicago. And I think they understand that the sum of our parts all together, we each have to pull our own weight. And they did that today, and they get confident. When the game is tight and it's clutch time, they know somebody's going to make a play. Today it was Duvernay, set up the game-winning field goal, and Ben Johnson has enthused a level of confidence that, it's not if we're going to do it. We can do it, and you see them playing that way.
Well, yeah, Detroit is yet to play. Obviously, that's the night game as we're on live now. They're at Philadelphia, but the Chicago Bears are 7-3 and could end the whole weekend in first place. By the way, 22 turnovers they forced. They're plus 16.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. Packers. We okay with them? They don't wow you like they did the first couple games of the year. Where do we stand with the Pack in your mind?
They don't wow you. The quarterback played better than the stats show today. They can't run the football, although Josh Jacobs got hurt a little bit. The running game has kind of been struggling. Defensively, they've been outstanding. The defensive coordinator, Jeff Hafley, has been amazing. The offense scored more points today, but boom, when you can hold teams to 17, 13, 16, 20 points, and then you got the ultimate Mariano Rivera, Dennis Eckersley on the football field, and Michael Parsons to close you out, they're going to win a lot of football games. I have confidence. Matt LaFleur is a really good coach. I think Jordan Love is a really good quarterback at times. If they can put the consistency of the offense together, they're going to be a tough outcome January.
Three teams with formidable records in that division. Green Bay now 6-3, much kind of like the NFC West. Meanwhile, two teams above 6-3 Chargers, won 3 in a row at 5-4 Jacksonville, off a stunning loss when they gave games. Booger, this is their only one at home, so they cashed in on home cooking. And Josh Hines Allen and the Jags are 6-4.
Like, being pissed off was great for us because we lost in the way we lost, especially to a team. So, like, at that current moment, we needed to play pissed off. I think being pissed off kind of made people focus on their details, focus on what I have to come into this building and do. Maybe I have to come up earlier and get extra treatment. Maybe I have to do more studying. Maybe I have to be in the playbook a little bit more. Maybe I have to study something differently. I did something, I think that put more focus on everybody has to be where they need to be. And if that's the focus that we have moving forward, man, we'll be a tough team to beat.
They got good defensive players, and the two tackles are out with the Chargers, and they knew that. Max Jones, I guess he was 5-3.
Yes.
You do that as a backup starter, two of the best in the business, I would say. Sean McVay with the game planning that he does and continues to success. Mike McDonald, defense is unreal, but the Rams win this one, and they've won 5 in a row, 21-19. Devontae Adams liking his digs with the Rams.
I think we played kind of an average league game of football. It wasn't like it was the worst of all time, but to our standard, it definitely was not there. But, it makes you feel even better knowing that, you can play like crap, like what we feel like on offense and still come out with a victory against a really good team.
Well, look, these two defenses were outstanding. The Rams closed unbelievably. Seattle to even stay in the game, and it was 14 points early they gave up for them to even be in the game. These teams going in, let's see, we're 17-9. They're both 7-2. They'll be seeing each other later in the year. Kudos to the Rams. And by the way, for Devontae, Taco Bell for everybody.
I think these are two of the best teams in football. I was waiting on this matchup to see could the Rams match the Seahawks' physicality, and they could. They ran the football. They averaged almost 4 yards a carry running the football. He was outstanding up front. They matched the physicality. Offensively, boom, Stafford only threw for 130 yards. This was defense, 4 interceptions. This was the physicality in the running game, and this was taking your game and saying, you know what? To Devontae Adams' point, we didn't have our A game. But because our team is really good, special teams-wise, our defense, the front seven is outstanding. They can run the football. They can be physical. And even when our quarterback only throws for 130 yards, we can beat one of the better teams in football. I thought this was a really good victory for the Rams psyche because Seattle had been so dominant physically so far this season.
Well, you know, the Rams coming in +7 in turnovers. That's coming in.
Yeah.
Seattle -4. That doesn't mean it happens all the time, but that's a big difference. And by the way, it spelled a difference in today's game.
Without a doubt. Turnovers and explosive plays are always the huge indicator. And if you're Seattle, you feel really good about your defense. Sam Darnold has been really good all season. He has to realize that in the biggest games, he can't turn the football over, especially against this defense. Remember when he was with the Vikings? He got sacked 100 times.
Yes, he did.
So the last 2 times he's seen this defense, he's played too fast. He's got to learn to settle down in the bigger games.
Well, they'll see each other again, and Rams next week play Tampa Bay. That's a good one. Bengals, Steelers. Remember the Bengals beat them earlier in the year. You're a youngster. We just had Halloween. You can't wait to this one, right? And so the Steelers win 34-12. Mason Rudolph comes in and relief and wins 2 defensive touchdowns, as you saw, for the Steelers. Ravens, Browns, Baltimore. And so the Baltimore Ravens were 1-4. They're 5-5. And in that division, nobody's running away with it. Keep it in mind. Now, huge game. The Chiefs, third Broncos, who not so long ago lost 16 straight to the Chiefs. They've won 3 of their last 4, and more importantly, they're the team. They're 8-2, and the Kansas City Chiefs are 5-5. And Andy Reid off a bye never loses, but he did on this day, 22-5. But Denver was good enough to beat that number. They'll play again late in the year. But the Denver Broncos, again. You know what they did? They took that win in Philadelphia. And what have they won? 5 in a row, 6 in a row since then. They took it like New England took that win in Buffalo, and they haven't lost since. They've taken it and put it in their pocket, and it's rocket fuel now.
You have to have a foundation that you can always count on. The Broncos can count on their defense and their pass rush. They know that no matter who they play, the defense and the pass rush is going to show up. And so now that gives Sean Payton something to build off of, especially when the offense struggled. The quarterback is not perfect yet. It's his second year. But you saw the best of Bo Nix today. I thought he was poised. He made some accurate throws down the field. He didn't turn the football over, boom. And for him, I think if you're Sean Payton and you can manufacture offense because you trust what you do and how you do it, this was an important win mentally for the Broncos because now you know that you can be the defending champs of this division.
When you need to.
When you need to at your place. And to me, that means more important than the score. The psyche and the confidence, because this is a young team, and I think Sean Payton will hang this on the wall and let them know we can beat anybody, anywhere, anytime.
This sounds excuse, and it's not. I'm just pointing it out. You wonder at what point, and that's not what we're seeing. The Chiefs could have won this game. They've been to the championship game or farther every year since 2018. The reason I say that is that's a lot of football. I understand a lot of players have changed over. But that's a lot of football. That's not the reason they didn't win this. That's not the reason they're 5-5. But they're going to have to dig deep like they haven't dug before just to get in. They're not going to win the division.
Boom, it's really simple. They're 5-5. They got the Colts next week. The Colts have been the best team in the AFC, coming off a bye. So the Colts are going to be rested, ready to go, and the same warts that the Broncos showed from the Chiefs, the Colts are going to try to do the same thing. They're going to rush the passer. They're going to get after the quarterback. And let's not forget, the most explosive offense in football this year resides in Indianapolis. So they got a tough road to hoe in Kansas City.
They do. They're going to have to dig